joining us today on our edX channel highlight on Kahoot, and we have Shaylene Baumgartner.
I am an ambulatory NPDS covering this specialty, mainly specialty clinics.
And Jessica, what are your areas?
Yeah, so I'm ambulatory NPDS for oncology.
So that's a lot of areas, a lot of people to train and have engaged in education. How did you decide on Kahoot?
Well, we teach an ambulatory education skills class every other Thursday for all of our new hires. And so we were just trying to find a way to engage them more interactively, specifically on blood pressures, Hoyer lift, and gait belt. So previously it was just more of us talking to them. And so Shaylene and I worked together to kind of create a module kind of thing within Kahoot.
Shaylene, what did you think Kahoot was when you first heard of it?
Well, I heard that it's something that elementary schools use, but I decided that it might be fun for adults to use as well.
So how does it work?
So it's really interactive, and just to add on to what Jessica said, the portion of ambulatory orientation that we added it to was very much just lecture heavy and a bit boring. So we wanted to engage people a bit. I think it's beneficial as you're working with different style learners and different age groups, if you can incorporate technology that kind of feeds to them some more. So that was helpful. They answer the question on their phone, and there's different style of questions. And then the goal is to be the one to answer it the fastest, and you get points.
Oh, a little gamification. That's fun.
Yeah.
So you get points. Did you have like a prize or anything at the end for the most points?
Just that take home that you rocked Kahoot.
The winner recognition. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It's still a learning experience. I think we just did our second orientation with it. We're learning as we go. You can change the questions to be anywhere from 20 seconds on up for them to respond.
What was the learning curve like to create the Kahoots?
I spent like an hour trying to figure out the question styles, how to make the questions. One cool thing about Kahoot is if you have a PowerPoint, you can actually load that into Kahoot. Some of those slides become Kahoot slides where we have questions.
Oh, wow, that's great. Yeah, anything you can kind of plug in there. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
So if somebody's thinking about adopting Kahoot or using it in their training, what kind of advice do you have for them?
Just be patient with it. You have to kind of change it to who you are teaching. Like Shaylene mentioned, we have different learning styles.
So I'd say start small and then add questions. Be open to changing things up.
We did incorporate a YouTube video into one of our questions, which I thought was kind of cool. So you can either use YouTube or Vimeo to add into your Kahoot question.
So this is ambulatory orientation. And then one question that I really love is, what is the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Nebraska medicine? And we added this question just to kind of get people talking and as an icebreaker, if you will. And then this is another question we added that we previously didn't ask, but I think it's cool that we can add this. This just gives us a better understanding of who we're teaching. We know their roles, but the amount of experience that they have in ambulatory gives us a better idea of how to train them and what needs they might have.
Did the instructor and the students see the results?
Yes.
Very helpful for instructors, especially. See where you might need to provide some follow-up information.
Yeah.
That's what it would look like from the player standpoint. So those are kind of the selection of the different questions that we asked. I have noticed it does take a little bit longer to get through the presentation, but I feel like it is more engaging and they appreciate the interaction more versus us just lecturing them.
And the options for images is fantastic in Kahoot.
On Kahoot.com, they have a lot of resource videos, and that's kind of what I use to figure out how to upload our previous PowerPoints and just add in videos and stuff. So those are very helpful on the Kahoot website itself.